Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at Sydney Build Expo 2026, and I am here with the fabulous Chris Outten. Chris has become a friend, but is also the head of Carpentry for TAFE New South Wales. And before we get into it, I would love if you could tell us a little bit how you ended up not here today with us, because we know that was me strong-arming you, but how you ended up in your current role, and honestly, what inspires you most about the role you're in now?
Good question.
You're welcome.
Look, I started as an apprentice carpenter in the construction industry, worked in Sydney, in central Sydney, for the council for 3 years, then left there and started subcontracting to finish my 4th year, and worked with that company for a number of years, then moved into kitchen installs, stair installs, went overseas for 12 months, worked over there.
Where did you work overseas as a chippy?
In the UK. So,
okay.
Multi-storey buildings over there. So
no, I think it's an important thing. We hear a lot of chippies, and they also want to travel, and not just necessarily to Bali for the weekend, but also as part of the adventure that is life.
And the good thing about it is the Australian qualifications are recognised really worldwide, particularly in the English-speaking language.
Yeah.
So you can go and work in the UK, you can go and work in the States. I have mates that worked in the States for quite a while. States is harder, obviously, now.
It's also a choice.
Yeah. But New Zealand's the other place where a lot of them work for. And a lot of the people we travelled with were Kiwis as well. So, and they were working as carpenters, builders, whatever, in the UK as
right.
well.
So you did your 12 months
over there.
Oh, you have to come closer.
Yeah. Then came back and again worked for myself, doing renovations, alterations, additions for quite a few years. Then decided I want to do something different. So went and tried TAFE for 3 days a week, part-time teaching.
Can I just interrupt you there? I know a lot of... I think when we talk to a lot of chippies, we talk about their sort of career path and their trajectory, right? And I think across the board, it's, apprentice, qualify, at some point subby or start your own business, and then eventually you get to a point where you think, I'm either going to grow this into something huge or I want to get off the tools. What made you think about the transition into teaching?
I was sick of driving from Illawarra up to Sydney, to work every day.
Could you afford to now?
Yeah, probably not. And realistically, talked to my wife and virtually said, I'll give this a go. So got some part-time teaching, and it was the students that turned around and said, Chris, you're really good at this. You're the best teacher we've had. You should think about doing it permanently. And I hadn't.
Well, I don't know if you've met any, you have, but for anyone else listening, I don't know if you've met carpentry apprentices. They're not always the easiest to impress, so I'd take that as pretty high compliment if I were you. And
the good thing here, they were people that we were training for the Sydney Tunnel. So build the Sydney Tunnel, which the sections were built in the Illawarra, and so a lot of them were mature age guys out of work, come in to the job to get those skills. So it was a real positive chance. So then I applied a few times and got a job as a teacher at Wollongong initially, worked my way to head teacher, then into different senior executive roles over the last 20 years. So it's been a journey, but why I love it, and that was the best part of the question, we change people's lives every day at TAFE New South Wales. So it's more about how do we make a difference in the industry. Hannah knows a key passion of mine is increasing diversity across carpentry as the main one, but construction industry as a whole. So every chance I get, I have that discussion. Another passion is about health and well-being of young apprentices. over the years we've had to deal with so many suicides within the industry.
Which is heartbreaking, because that's something that should never happen.
Absolutely. It's impacting my staff all the time. So the teachers in the front line cop it, because they not only cop the fact that they've lost a student, they cop the fact they're trying to support the other young students who are mates in the class, etc., to try and lift them, keep them engaged, keep them part of the industry, and get them to understand that it wasn't their fault. So
absolutely.
There's some really good things that we can do in that space, and we are trying to actually really increase that discussion.
Well, I've got to say, in all of our conversations, I think one of the things we very early on connected over was that real desire to make a difference in all of these young people's lives, and also, as we do at Carpentry Australia generally, is to try to buiد better chippies, right?
Absolutely.
And in the holistic sense, not just how they are on the tools, but also coming out, fully qualified, happy, healthy humans that are ready, willing and able to take the next steps in their journeys.
Absolutely. And the reason I wanted to be part of Carpentry Australia is because, well, we're the biggest RTO in New South Wales, so that's the key message. But when I took on the role as Director of Carpentry in 2025, it was about, well, where else do I go? And you're the main industry body for carpenters, so why wouldn't I be part of it?
Well, we're very proud of our partnership with you, but also just to have a bit of, I guess, highlights over the different things we're doing. I think it's really good to see. I know that Wollongong TAFE in particular, your original stomping ground, has a really high number of female carpentry students. Absolutely. And they're very well supported there. There's, having spoken to some of your teachers down there as well, there's an effort made to try to put them, in classes that are, really open students, or potentially with a female student as well, but also working with the employers to create those spaces. Is there any other initiatives within TAFE New South Wales Carpentry that you're looking at doing to increase diversity and awareness around, positive culture for more women and other humans to join?
Not so much at the moment, apart from the fact that I have the discussions everywhere I go, so meeting with industry. We do have a women in trades manager, like Lucy Shilcock, who is supporting us through various things as well. But to me, it's about making those supportive environments both at TAFE, but it's also the employers, and it's trying to educate the employers about what is a safe space for both men and women. It's not about women in particular, so young boys won't put up with being bullied.
No, it is a different generation as well, isn't it?
So that's the positive thing for me. It's about being positive about the career they've chosen.
And I think we'll take one last minute to touch on our own special project, shall we call it, where we are looking at building out for all carpentry apprentices, and perhaps even beyond one day if we're lucky, where we are pulling together a financial literacy, a wellbeing and a gambling awareness program. I know, because of our work, that you are passionate about it, but more importantly that all of your head teachers and teachers are as well. So I'd love to hear, I guess, a little bit more about what you're hoping to see out of it, some of the changes you're hoping to see, and also if there's anything that employers can do to support on this journey that we're about to embark on.
To me, employers sort of come in, give us their feedback, get involved, be part of it, part of the discussions. But realistically, we've seen, and because we've discussed it before, we've seen so many young people just struggling, and they're struggling because of the financial literacy and simple things. When I first met Hannah was Maitland up on the North Coast. Hannah did a session with the students there. Afterwards, my team leader came back to me and said, Chris, there was a young guy there that Hannah helped get some financial literacy support. he was absolutely at the point of homelessness and had enough. He couldn't feed his family. The little bit of support was just thinking about making a sandwich instead of buying it every day. And those simple things, he didn't think about it, but he's gone from struggler to strength after strength. He feels more confident about himself. He feels more confident about his relationship with his partner and his family. So, and that's the positive change that we can make just by showing people some basic skills about creating a budget, etc.
And I think I've got goosebumps, but also I think a big part of that is it's often so many little small things and small changes you can make that you don't think about because everyone else is doing it or because you're time poor or 100 other reasons why. But once you stop to think about it and do some basic math and go, oh, hang on, that's $70 a week. Well, that's a grocery shop. That really starts to change your perspective and build some more solid foundations for you. It
is, and I think people think, why don't they know that if they buy, energy drink every day on the way to work, then buy another one at lunchtime and another one in the afternoon to go home, that it's going to cost them a fortune by the end of the week.
Also, if you're buying them at the servo, mate.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they don't realise. It's not through that they're dumb or they're stupid. They just haven't had a basic understanding of how to do it.
Again, we're not even taught it at school, right?
No,
so
exactly.
Where do you learn it if you don't have an adult, and I mean, someone really sensible in your life to teach you?
It's very,
sort of an assumption.
hard.
Or you see what we see a lot of is you learn the hard way because you end up in hot water.
Or we're too late. And that's the sad thing.
And then we see a dropout might sometimes feel like the smallest of the consequences that we've seen. So, well, thank you so much for your time, Chris.
Thank
always
you.
A pleasure, as always. And we look forward to chatting again with you soon.
Yeah.